So here we have a hazard plan for chat for Salmonella bacteria prevention, and hazard plan is very popular prevention for many focus on three areas: physical, chemical, and microbial. And here is the one of the domain that focus on the microbial prevention and Salmonella. And there are 7 principles, 7 steps that we need to follow. And this include hazard, which is what it may makes the situation in danger, and CCP, which is critical control points, what we need to do to mitigate or eliminate the hazard. And there's one reasoning, justification. The reason why we are choosing this hazard and CCP, and then is the critical limit, which is what we need to do to eliminate or mitigate the CCP. And yeah, that's the limit. And a next step, next principle is to monitoring procedure. So and following on is the corrective actions. So it happens when the critical control points or the critical limits are exceeded. So what can the company do, Honeycomb do to correct the CCP again? And second, but not last, is the verification. So it needs to verify whether those measures are proper. So yeah, and the last is the record keeping. So you need to record to make sure there's no next outbreak happen. So in this case, hazard is the survival of Salmonella bacteria in raw milk cheese. And the critical control point here is temperature and time, and also to keeping a hygienic environment in both production line and farms. So the reason why we choose this CCP is to avoid Salmonella infection in raw milk cheese that may bring health risks to consumers from those cross contamination of staffs, human and animals. So yeah, and critical limit is the storage temperature after the milk collection, which is milking process, should not exceed 7 degrees Celsius. And the maintenance of duration in milk bucket before transferring to the cold tank should not exceed 10 minutes. So yeah, and the next one is monitoring procedure. So we can use our steps can use calibrated thermometer and timer to time and test the temperature and the time. And we could also share the knowledge and recheck by other staff when the staff are doing the milking, and other people can check it again if they complete the task or not. And corrective actions. So when the temperature and time exceed the limit of 7 degrees Celsius and over 10 minutes, it is best to it is recommended to freeze raw milk immediately with lower temperature, which is lower like freeze tank. So lower 20 degrees Celsius, minus 20 degrees Celsius will be good. And then after that, we can use the rapid detection kit that we mentioned previously, and to detect whether there's a Salmonella growth at this stage. And if it is, then we will better dump it and throw it to not sell it in the market. And the verification, CCTV monitoring by managers is recommended, because staffs may be careless when they focus on one thing and just just forgot to do another thing. So handbook written for recording the result, and also alert set up by the managers, and like the manager can say if the staffs do not complete the tasks by CCTV monitoring, then yeah, it needs to take alert and warning to the give it to the staffs, make sure they not do it next time. And the last principle is record keeping. It is because during the HACCP, people, the company like Honeyco should think the consultation by consultant in the like for the expert. So to and it is recommended to record their quotes and record the supporting historical documents to as a case study to prevent for the thing that it may happen do not happen next time. So that's a very important part as well in HACCP plan. So guys, here's other quiz for our staff. It's the Kahoot quiz. You can access from this link that I provided in here. And please come and join this funny quiz in Kahoot. It has 7 questions included, and if you get the get the result as 4 out of 7, you can be viewed as pass, which means you meet the training goal for the unpasteurized raw milk cheese, and for the Salmonella in unpasteurized raw milk cheese. Thank you, everyone.